Hey there, viewers! Welcome back to the Finance Zoo channel. Today, you are diving deep into a topic that's all too important, things that will keep you broke with insights from Dave Ramsey. Money matters can be tricky, but fret not because I am here to equip you with the knowledge you need to avoid these traps. If you're ready to secure your financial future, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss our valuable insights. Allow yourselves to establish why money management matters before I share the pitfalls that can keep you broke. Consider your finances as a garden. With proper care, it may bloom and produce for you, but without it, it can expand quickly and become out of control. Taking good care of your money entails building a solid basis for your goals, safeguarding your future, and obtaining financial serenity. Now, I will discuss the 3 reasons why even the best-laid financial strategies can go wrong. Number 1. Pride.
See, pride is I buy a car to impress someone at a stoplight that I will never meet. It's like a Christmas vacation, good-looking girl waving at Chevy Chase and he wrecks his whole family's car, right? It's that.
Oh, the pride. A healthy ego dosage can motivate, but an unchecked one can result in expensive errors. Dave Ramsey emphasizes that pride can break you, leading to several detrimental behaviors and decisions. According to Dave Ramsey, pride often drives us to spend beyond our means to maintain a certain appearance or social status. This can lead to accumulating debt and draining our finances. Picture this. You're driving down the road and spot someone you'd like to impress at a stoplight. It could be a stunning stranger, or maybe even just a passerby. The thought crosses your mind, I want to turn heads too. So what do? You head to the nearest car dealership, pick out a flashy car that screams luxury, and proudly drive it around. That's what Ramsey talks about. Now, I'll break down what's happening here. The desire to impress others can be rooted in pride, the need to boost your ego and show off. But here's where the financial trouble comes in. That flashy car you bought has a hefty price tag. Not only do you have the initial cost, but there are also high insurance premiums, maintenance expenses, and depreciation that follow. This is just to impress someone who likely won't remember the encounter. As entertaining as the scenario might seem, the reality is quite sobering. Impulsive purchases driven by pride can have serious financial consequences. You might find yourself stretching your budget, making sacrifices in other areas, or worse, accumulating debt to keep up appearances. And all for what? A fleeting moment of validation that won't provide lasting satisfaction. So what's the alternative? Instead of making financial decisions based on impressing others, focus on what truly matters, your financial wellness and security. Dave Ramsey introduced a useful technique to help you decide whether you are feeling the impulse to buy impulsively. It goes like this. Ask yourself a powerful question. Would I buy this if no one ever saw it? It's a gut check, a way to tap into your true intentions and separate your desires from societal pressures or the need to impress others. Review and evaluate whether a purchase aligns with your financial goals and priorities. Moving on to the next thing that will keep you broke. Greed.
Greed is I'm just money motivated to the exclusion of other things that are healthy. You can have a money motivation and not being excluded to the exclusion of other things. But if your only button to push is money, that's greed.
Before I delve into the details, just take a moment to understand what Dave Ramsey means by the dangers of greed and its impact on your financial well-being. Drawing from Dave Ramsey's perspective, this is how greed can lead to financial turmoil. Pursuit of rapid rewards. According to Ramsey, the greed trap often involves seeking quick gains and rapid rewards. This mindset might lead to impulsive decisions that promise instant gratification without considering the long-term consequences. Taking unwanted risks. Ramsey highlights that greed might push individuals to take unwarranted risks to pursue more money. These risks include speculative investments or ventures with a high potential for failure. Valuing instant gratification over stability, Ramsey points out that greed can cause people to prioritize immediate satisfaction over long-term financial stability. This might lead to overspending, neglecting savings, and missing out on growth opportunities. The greed effect, consequences, and neglected areas. But here's the catch. Pursuing wealth at any cost can have many negative consequences, especially when neglecting other aspects of life. Here are some consequences of greed. 1. Overspending and debt. One of the immediate consequences of unchecked greed is overspending. Ramsey's insights reveal that unchecked greed can lead to overspending on luxury items and experiences, draining financial resources. This excessive focus on material possessions can push you into a cycle of accumulating debt. Being excessively money-motivated might lead to impulse spending on things you don't need. This pattern can quickly lead to debt accumulation, trapping you in a cycle of high interest payments and financial stress. Greed can also push you to make hasty investment decisions. You might jump into high-risk ventures in pursuit of quick gains, ignoring potential pitfalls. This can result in substantial financial losses, leaving you worse off than when you started. 2. Neglected savings. Ramsey's observations indicate that unchecked greed can divert your attention from essential financial practices, such as saving for emergencies and planning for retirement. This lack of foresight can jeopardize your financial future. When consumed by greed, your focus narrows to immediate gains and pleasures. This often means overspending on indulgences and experiences in the present moment, while neglecting the importance of saving money for tomorrow's needs and emergencies. Another consequence of unchecked greed is neglecting essential financial practices like saving for emergencies and planning for retirement. The relentless desire for more today can close your eyes to the importance of securing your financial future. By ignoring savings, you're essentially stripping away your financial safety net. Life is unpredictable. Emergencies like medical bills, unexpected repairs, or sudden job loss can strike when you least expect it. You're left scrambling for solutions without adequate savings and potentially sinking deeper into debt. Remember, money is a good motivation, but if it is your motivation for everything, that may be the start of your financial doom. The last thing that will keep you broke is desperation.
And the third one I love you said is desperate. That's the worst one. God, that one right there. Man, the other two, I got over the other two by the time I was like 27, 28 years old. That desperate one, that will really come. That's when people, I'm going to take the trip to Vegas and I'll hit, and that'll save my business.
First, let us define desperation. According to Dave Ramsey, desperation often arises from urgency, anxiety, and a perceived lack of options. In the context of finances, it can drive you to make impulsive choices that seem like quick fixes, but in reality, it can set you on a path to financial ruin. This is how desperation can lead to financial struggles, keeping you broke in the long run. There are impulsive and costly decisions. When you're desperate, you might make hasty decisions without thoroughly considering the consequences. This could involve taking on high-interest loans, making rash investments, or overspending on things you can't afford. In addition to that, Dave emphasized that there is also debt accumulation. Impulse-driven spending often involves using credit cards or taking out loans. This can lead to accumulating debt, especially if you cannot pay off the balances quickly. Interest rates can pile up, making it even harder to regain your financial footing. One typical example of desperation is when desperation causes an expensive choice, gambling to save a failing business. When a business struggles, owners often face immense pressure to turn things around quickly. Desperation can cloud judgment, causing them to grasp any potential solution, even risky ones like gambling. Gambling, as a last-ditch effort to save a business, might seem bold, but it's also incredibly risky. The outcome of gambling is uncertain, and if luck doesn't favor the owner, it could lead to further financial losses and deeper debt. Dave Ramsey advised that gambling to save a business is not encouraged because it is not a business practice. How to avoid pride, greed, and desperation. Now that you know these things, the next question is, how will I avoid it? One thing that you can do is to be aware. Regularly check in with yourself. Dave suggested having a self-check every time these emotions come at hand. Ask yourself, are my decisions driven by the need to impress, the desire for more, or a sense of urgency? Identifying these emotions is the first step to avoiding their negative impact. The next thing you can do is practice mindful spending. Before making a purchase, take a moment to evaluate its actual value in your life. Is it a necessity or a fleeting want driven by appearances or trends? Train yourself to pause before acting on impulse. Give yourself the space to evaluate the pros and cons of a decision and its potential long-term effects. The key to avoiding the traps of pride, greed, and desperation is to develop a resilient mindset that empowers you to make thoughtful choices. Thanks for joining me today. If you found these insights valuable, don't hesitate to give a thumbs up and share this video with others who can benefit. Be sure to subscribe for more empowering content. Until next time, remember that your choices today shape the prosperous tomorrow you deserve. Stay mindful, stay empowered.